Imagine a protocol that rebuilt trading from the ground up, not by competing with traditional finance, but by deleting half of its assumptions. No order books, no gatekeepers, just pure, unstoppable liquidity flowing through the system that never sleeps. That protocol is Uniswap, the engine that turned decentralized trading into a global standard. Today, we're breaking down why this is the most important DeFi infrastructure, the core tech, automated liquidity pools, the tokenomics, 1 billion supply plus massive burn coming, the growth, billions in total value locked across Ethereum and Layer 2s, the catalysts, V4 regulatory clarity and unification, the math, exact uni needed to be a millionaire. By the end, you will know if Uniswap deserves a spot in your portfolio and how much you need exactly. So let's get into it. This is not financial advice, always do your own research. Uniswap is the world's leading decentralized exchange. Now, why does that matter? Because it fundamentally revolutionized how we trade crypto by introducing the automated market maker model. Instead of relying on a traditional order book where a buyer and a seller have to find each other and agree on a price, on Uniswap, you're not waiting for a specific person to sell to you. Instead, you trade against a massive shared pot of assets called a liquidity pool. Think of it like this. The crypto is already there, ready to be swapped, 24/7. This pool is funded by everyday users like you and me. This system allows for instant, decentralized trading, making Uniswap the cornerstone of financial infrastructure on Ethereum. Now, for the token function. Historically, the UNI token was purely a governance token. It let holders vote on major protocol decisions. But as you will see in the next section, that function is about to get a massive upgrade that completely changes the investment thesis. So let's dive into the tokenomics of Uniswap and what the supply analysis shows us. The UNI token has a maximum supply of 1 billion tokens. This is a hard cap. No more UNI will ever be minted. Crucially, the current circulating supply sits at approximately 630 million tokens. The initial distribution was a landmark event, with 60% of the supply going to community members, including the famous historical airdrop, and 40% allocated to the team, investors, and treasury, subject to vesting schedules. Now, for the game changer, the recent Unification proposal, which isn't just about governance. It's about introducing a massive deflationary mechanism. The proposal explicitly includes a system to A. Burn UNI tokens, which means redirect a portion of protocol revenue, which are fees, to automatically buy and permanently destroy UNI tokens, and B. Retroactive burn, a one-time burn of 100 million UNI from treasury tokens, representing fees that should have been collected since launch. This instantly reduces the effective supply, turning a purely governance token into a deflationary asset. With that being said, we move on to Uniswap's network performance and ecosystem growth. The value of the UNI token is directly tied to the performance of its underlying protocol, and Uniswap's performance is nothing short of dominant. Uniswap currently maintains billions of dollars in total value locked across its various deployments. It is not just an Ethereum protocol. It seems to be a multi-chain liquidity hub, live on major layer 2 solutions like Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism. This means as the entire Web3 ecosystem grows, Uniswap is positioned to capture value from all corners. Development is relentless too. They have successfully rolled out multiple versions, with each one from V2 to V3 improving capital efficiency. The next major leap is Uniswap V4 and the introduction of hooks, which will essentially turn Uniswap into a fully customizable liquidity layer. This will allow developers to create sophisticated custom liquidity pools with built-in features like time-weighted average market makers or custom fee structures. This continued innovation ensures that Uniswap remains at the cutting edge, reinforcing its position as the foundational layer of DeFi liquidity. Now, let's see the price history on UNI. On 17th of September 2020, Uniswap did one of the biggest airdrops in the crypto history. And the price after that tanked 80%, and it hit the bottom there at $1.80. Since then, the price has been climbing, and in 2021, it hit the all-time high of $45 with 2,400% growth. Afterwards, in the bear market, it dropped 90% to $3.40. Since then, the price has been trading in a range between $3.40 and $15, However, on October 10th, the price of UNI dropped 70% in a single day. Since then, the price has been in an uptrend. And nowadays, the price right now is trading around $7, still down over 80% from its all-time high. So let's do the math to see how many tokens you would need to retire as a millionaire. First, the least optimistic case scenario. The all-time high was at $45. But let's say the price goes below that to $35. That would be a 5x move from here at $7. For that, we would need 28,500 UNI tokens. That would be an investment of about $200,000 right now. Next, the base case. If the price goes to new all-time high, it can hit $75. That would make almost 11x gains from here, and you would need close to 13,500 tokens. You would need to part with about $93,000 at today's prices. And now, at long last, for the bull case, Uniswap hits $100. A psychological number. That would be 14x from here, which would require 10,000 UNI tokens. The money to put on the table today? $70,000. And don't forget that that price of $100, being the psychological barrier that it is, if broken, could quickly turn into a bottom. The rest of the dreamy calculations I leave to you. Now, what could be the catalyst for any of these scenarios? For any move upward at all? Well, Uniswap has had some major wins recently that could fuel the next leg up. First, the SEC officially dropped its investigation into Uniswap Labs in February 2025. This removed a massive regulatory cloud that had been hanging over the project for years. Regulatory clarity is gold in crypto. Second, Uniswap v4 launched in January 2025, and it's a game changer. The new architecture allows for custom liquidity pools with programmable hooks, giving developers unprecedented flexibility. Early adoption has been quite strong at that. Third, and this is the big one, the Unification proposal that dropped in November 2024. This proposal aims to activate the fee switch, meaning UNI token holders could finally start earning direct revenue from the protocol's trading fees. For a DEX processing billions in volume monthly, this could be a massive for token value. Uniswap is also expanding beyond Ethereum too. It has launched trading support for Solana on its web app. With Uniswap's integration, Solana's $140 billion monthly DEX volume is now within reach of Uniswap's 6 million users, positioning the platform as a genuine multi-chain gateway. Finally, there's the proposal to form UNI, a non-profit organization to support protocol development and decentralization. These aren't just incremental updates. They seem to be fundamental improvements to how Uniswap operates. Folks, we've broken down Uniswap's tokenomics, upgrades, and the millionaire math. But the market moves fast, and new opportunities are always around the corner. So keep watching and make sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the airdrops.com channel to catch every single update on the market. I'm Stan, and I thank you for joining me today. See ya.